Parachinar is considered one of the most majestic sites of beauty. Located in the Northwest District, its untouched raw beauty explains for itself. But where it is considered as a paradise on earth, it descends into hell every few years. Hello everyone, my name is Arisha Khatak and today my partner Shahabuddin Khan and I are going to delve into the rough and beautiful terrains of Parachinar to find out what disturbed the peace in Kurram.
Kurram, located in the northwest of Pakistan along the Durand line, shares borders with Kohat in the southeast, North Waziristan in the south, and Khyber and Orakzai districts in the east. It also shares borders with Khost, Paktia and Nangarhar, Tora Bora provinces of the Afghanistan. The area, called the Parrot Beak for its unique shape, remained one of the main passages for the incursion of the Mujahideen forces combating the Soviets in Afghanistan during the 1980s.
But wait, what? Moving fast forward, aren't we living in 2025? Far beyond 1980s. So what happened today? The district has experienced deadly sectarian violence at regular intervals over the past several decades. However, the district has experienced deadly sectarian violence at regular intervals over the past several decades. Here to be noted, it is the only district in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa where the Shia community forms the majority, although Sunni majority areas surround it. But what's the issue?
Is it truly a sectarian violence? Most of the clashes in Kurram have occurred over grazing grounds, mountains, Shamilat land, minarets, watercourses and religious processions. Although such conflicts occur in all other tribal districts, the demographics of Kurram often give it sectarian tinge.
The movement of militant elements through Kurram, especially the members of Al-Qaeda and the leaders through Tora Bora, exacerbated the problem. Likewise, the shifting of the Haqqani network from North Waziristan is also linked to the tensions. But the roots of today's disputes unfold over the land dispute.
The areas affected with major land disputes include common ones such as Balishkher, Bushera and Taida. Land disputes also persist between rival villages like Pivar and Didu or Ghoz, Gadizai and Kunj Alizai. A water disputes between the Kharoti and Pivar village is also one of the sources of irritation. Similarly, a forest dispute between the Badama and Parachamkani villages raises the possibility of violence.
Among the former tribal agencies, the Mir Ali Tehsil of North Waziristan and Kurram were the only places where the British conducted the first settlement in 1901. The settlement was updated in 1934 and 44. In 2021, the KP government formed a land commission to figure out settlements of unmired disputed land called Shamilat. Until now, 500,000 canals of 33 mozas have been settled and digitized, and the subsequent report have been shared with the provincial government for implementation.
Most importantly, the breakup of Iraq, the infighting in Syria and the rise of Islamic State of Iraq and Syria has intensified sectarian conflict worldwide. Many individuals from both sects travel to these regions to support their ideological allies. Upon returning as battle-hardened veterans equipped with combat experience, they further exacerbated tensions and violence in places like Kurram. The situation was further aggravated by the involvement of militant organizations on both sides such as Lashkar-e Jhangvi, Sipahe Sahaba, Islamic State, the Ghazi Force, Tehreek-e-Taliban, Sipahe Muhammad and Zainab-Yun Brigade.
But the story doesn't end here. The purely governing structure of civil administration added the fuel. So is it a growing dispute? Is it ended? What the government did so far and what needs to be done? The famous peace accord of 2008, Murray Agreement, and the main clauses of the agreement were: the rival tribals agreed they would vacate occupied bunkers and return to their respective areas. In the case of violation of the agreement, the offending tribe would have to pay a fine of rupees 60 million. roads closed for the last one, and a half year would be reopened, and sectarian groups would return to their areas. All bunkers would be controlled by the frontier constabulary, and the dead bodies would be exchanged with the tribes. Peshawar-Parachinar road would be reopened with the declaration assigning responsibility for its security to the government. A follow-up jirga would be held that would arrange for all tribal groups to vacate each other's territories within Kurram agency.
What needs to be done? The administration, including police and security forces, must strive to be perceived by all sets as impartial and wise allies, committed to safeguarding life, property and honor. The closer they come to embodying this ideal, the greater the community trust and cooperation will be. To achieve this, accessibility and neutrality are paramount.
To uphold the state's authority, all violent non-state actors must be held accountable through justice. Contrary to the misconception that increased weaponization ensures peace, reducing the prevalence of arms in the region is crucial for stability.
Long-standing disputes over land, mountains and watercourses should be addressed through arbitration, involving respected elders from both sects with the authority to mediate and resolve conflict. This approach can pave the way for sustainable peace and coexistence.
Land Settlement Commission about disputes in Upper and Lower Kurram should be implemented. Similarly, the Commission should also resolve land disputes of Central Kurram.